Bismillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi yassir wa la tu'assir wa tammim bil khair. Question number 8. La da'iya lil khawfi. There is no need to fear. هذه لا النافية للجنس. This is la of absolute negation. Yubna ismuha ala ma yunsabu bihi. Yubna, can you figure out the pattern of this verb?
Bana yubni.
Bana yabni, that is active. Then we will look at the passive. Yes.
Yubna.
Buniya.
Buniya, excellent. Yubna, perfect. Yubna, yeah. Yubna ismuha, its noun is made, or its noun is mabni, as we know that like mabniyun, a noun that is fixed. So yubna ismuha, its noun is mabni, ala, on, what. Here ma is means here what, meaning of alladhi, but it's a common noun, so that's why it's ma. Yunsabu bihi, that is made mansub. So the idea is the noun that comes with la an-nafiyatu lil jinsi is always mabniyun ala nasb. Mabniyun ala nasb, that means it always takes fatha. And it is always a common noun, and it is a singular noun, and it is mabniyun ala al-fath. As we can see, وَذَلِكَ إِذَا كَانَ مُفْرَدًا, and this is in case when it is a singular noun. أي غير مضاف, that means it is not used as mudaf, and this construction is not mudaf mudaf ilayh. This is only a singular noun. Nahwu, for example, ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه. So now rayba, what kind of noun is this? It's a noun that is mabniun ala al-fath, right? Why is it mabni ala al-fath? Because of la. What kind of la is this now? La an-nafiyatu lil jinsi, la of, absolute negation. And this is the book about which there is no doubt. Here the ismul ishara that has been used, dhalika, and that is used for ta'zeem, to glorify something. So whenever there is to glorify something, especially in the Quran, then asma'ul ishara lil ba'id, the asma'ul ishara that are for far distance, they are used. For example, in Surah Al-Isra, we have another example in verse number 36. Inna as-sam'a wal basara wal fu'ada kullu ulaika kana anhu mas'ula. So we have ulaika and not tilka. So please also try to notice this down, that sometimes asma'ul ishara lil ba'id, they are also used to glorify something, and here of course it is used to glorify al-kitab, and that means that refers to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, al-Quran. That means there is no or there is absolutely no doubt in it. And the books of the dunya, of course, when the authors they write it, they do make mistakes, and that's why there is always a disclaimer in the book, in the beginning of the book. But this is the only book where there is no disclaimer. Have you noticed that? And it's because it's the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that's why it starts straight away from Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, and there is no disclaimer before that. La ikraha fi dini. There is no compulsion in acceptance of the religion. This is basically tafsir, or you can say the running commentary. And also this verse, please, whenever you are referring to this verse, try to go through the tafsir as well, because sometimes people misquote it. Ikraha, can you figure out this noun? What kind of noun is this? The pattern. Okay, what's the pattern? I can give you a hint. It's one of the derived forms of the verb. And Hamza is Hamzatul Qati'. Okay, Hamza is Hamzatul Qati'. Which form has Hamzatul Qati'? There is only one form that the Hamza has to be pronounced all the time.
Aslama.
Which form?
Aslama.
Excellent. Form number 4, which is af'ala yuf'ilu af'alan, aslama yuslimu islaman, and then okay, try to figure out the past tense and the present tense for this. أكره يكره إكراها. Excellent. أحسنت يا أكره يكره إكراها. And we have over here لا إكراها في الدين. There shall be no compulsion in acceptance of the religion. وفي الحديث لا صلاة بعد الغداة. There is no prayer after early morning. حتى تطلع الشمس, until the sun rises. ولا صلاة بعد العصر, and then there is no prayer after صلاة العصر. حتى تغرب الشمس, until or till the sun sets. Okay, so where is لا النافية للجنس?
لا صلاة.
Excellent.
لا
لا صلاة. Perfect. Okay.
منصوب.
Perfect. Okay. And again we have here لا
لا
صلاة.
صلاة.
Okay. So there is no prayer. That means it refers to the optional prayers and not to the obligatory prayers. The first prayer we have to pray, even if we are late from Asr till
Even
Maghrib.
if we get one rakat also we have to pray.
Yeah, we have to pray. Yeah, and the same goes for the Fajr prayer. But if there is any, like Nafil or Nawafil or Nafila prayer, which is the additional prayer, you can say. So we don't have to pray that until there is Maghrib time or until there is Fajr time. I mean the sunrise. However, if there is Salatul Janaza, then of course we can join that. And similarly, Tahiyatul Masjid, our Sheikh told us that we can also pray even if it is the time after Maghrib or sorry after Asr or after Fajr. All right. So okay. Kawin. Now I'm sure you can figure out Kawin Jumalan.
Number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2.
كون يكون
تكوينا. Excellent. Yeah. جملا من الكلمات الآتية مستعملا by using لا النافية للجنس. Okay. So now we have to make sentences. هذا الدواء or هذا الدواء in fact لا ضرر فيه. This medicine is harmless. يعني there is no harm in this medicine. Okay. say لا ضرر. Yeah, ضرر is harm. Okay. هذه المجلة.
مجلة.
Mhm.
The magazine.
لا
لا فائدة
لا فائدة
Mhm.
فيه.
في
فيها.
فيها. Excellent. Yeah, because majalla is feminine, so that's why we have to use the mir that refers to the feminine. Yeah, this magazine doesn't have any benefit, or there is absolutely no benefit in this magazine. هذه المسألة, this matter. خلاف is difference of opinion.
لا لا
لا. Yes.
لا.
لا خلاف
لا
فيها.
خلاف فيه
فيها مسألة.
مسألة
Yeah, مسألة. Okay. So there is no difference of opinion in this matter. Okay. إلى الكراسي الآن حاجة.
لا حاجة.
لا حاجة إلى الكراسي الآن. There is no need for the chairs now. في هذا الطعام ملح.
لا ملح.
لا ملح.
فيها.
Yeah, في هذا
في
الطعام.
There is no salt in this.
Excellent. Perfect.
Good.
And مثيل is like لهذا الطالب في الجامعة.
لا مثيل.
لا مثيل.
مثيل لهذا الطالب.
Yes, لا مثيل لهذا الطالب.
There is no other student like this in the
Yeah,
whole of
in the university. Excellent. Okay. تأمل المثال. تأمل from number. Quickly, please tell me.
From number 2 is that no. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
4 is that?
No.
5.
Five. Excellent. Yeah. Five. Yeah.
Because the shadda is there.
Shadda is there and ta is there. Please don't forget ta.
5 letters.
5
Yeah.
letters. It is
Yeah,
for
5 letters. Or whenever you see ta, that means it could be 5 or 6. Because ta only comes with 5 or 6. And if there is no tashdid, that means it's 6. And if there is tashdid, that means it's 5. So basically, you can remember it, the combination of ta plus tashdid. Ta tashdid, because ta and tashdid are extra in this form from number 5. So from number 5, ta tashdid. تأمل المثال ثم أكمل الناقصة, and then complete. Yeah, أكمل, we know that this is from number
أسلم أكمل يكمل.
yeah, for
From
أكمل
the Quran.
الناقصة. Yeah, and then we have to complete the sentences. إياك والكذبة. Beware of lying. And Iyaka an taktiba. So now we have to use, here we have the noun, and we have learned in the lesson that when we have noun, then after that we have to use wow, and the noun after
What is
wow will
this
be
wow comes,
mansub.
Ustad?
It will be
Just a
mansub.
wow or it has some name, Ustad?
Wal kadhiba. Well, I don't know, to be
No, this
honest. Yeah.
wow has some name like
Should,
wow atf, like wow.
this is not waw al atf, yeah, but
Yeah, but this should have a name, is it,
um,
or no name?
no, no, I'm not really sure about it, but there must be a name. That's right. Yeah. So iyaka wal kadhiba, and if we have al masdar al muawwal, if we have a verb after that, then there is, as we can see here, تحذف الواو قبل المصدر المؤولي. So before masdar al muawwal, the waw is dropped
Del-
or it is deleted. Yeah. So we can see over here that basically the verb goes according to the pronoun. So we have ka over here, and according to ka, we will use an takdeba and anta takdeba, right? So iyaka an takdeba. And now we have to bring in the verb that is according to the pronoun, as we have here iyakum.
Yakum.
Iyakum was zina. Zina yazni, to commit adultery. So beware of committing adultery. Yes. So we have to bring in the verb iyakum
Yakum an
an.
Uzino. Anezino.
Okay, antum.
antum. Iyaka.
Sir, I Zino, the Tazino.
Anta
An.
an.
Okay,
Yakzi.
excellent. It's tazinu, but because of an, please remember that ya has to be dropped. Yeah, so it becomes antaznu. Yeah, it was basically tazinu. Yes, you're right. But you know, when an is used, then what happens? The noon is dropped, and also that ya is dropped as well. So it becomes antaznu. Beware of committing adultery. So this is masdar al muawwal. That's why there is no need to use a wow before it. Iyaki wa nauma waqt as-salati. Beware of sleeping during the prayer time. Iyaki, yani anti.
Yaki.
Anti, yeah.
Yaki an.
An
So.
nama yanamu. Okay, anti. Okay, so you can do the conjugation. Tanamina.
Anti.
La anti, we don't have to use anti. I'm just telling you because we have to use masdar al muawwal. Yeah.
An.
An.
Tanomi.
An tanami. It was tanamina, right? And then you know that when we use an, then the noon gets dropped. So it was basically tanamina, anti tanamina, anta tanamu wa anti tanamina. So the noon is dropped. You know why the noon is dropped? Because of
An.
an.
Because it's a harf of nasab.
Yes, so it was basically iyaki an tanamina waqt as-salati, but because of an, the noon has been dropped. So iyaki an tanami waqt as-salati. Iyakunna wal hasada. Beware of jealousy or hasad. Yeah. Iyakunna an.
An. Tah.
Yes.
Tahsadna. Tahsadna. So the noon will not drop here.
Yeah, noon will not drop. Excellent, because this is yeah. An tahsudna. Huh? Hasada yahsudu. Hasada yahsudu. So iyakunna an tahsudna. And as you rightly said, we know that for the feminine plural, for this sigha, the noon is not dropped because this is mabniyun and it will not be dropped. Iyakunna an tahsudna. Okay. The next question. أعرج مؤنثه عرجاء وجمعهما huma referring to the two أعرج وأرجاء عرج تقول. So أعرج, as we know that these are used for colors and defects, these patterns. أعرج for masculine, أرجاء for feminine, and عرج a plural for both masculine and feminine. So these patterns are used for the colors and for the defects. So we can see over here that هذا رجل أعرج, this man is lame, and then we have هذه المرأة أرجاء. So this woman is lame. So even the meaning in English doesn't change as well, right? So it remains lame. هؤلاء الرجال عرج, on the pattern of فعل أرجن. So these men are lame, and haulai an-nisa'u urjun, these women are lame. So all of them, as we can see here, for the masculine, both the pattern is the same, which is on the pattern of fa'lun, whereas for singular masculine, it is araju af'alu, and for the feminine, it is fa'la'u, as we can see over here. So al-mudhakkar, the pattern is af'alu, mamnu min as-sarf. للمؤنث it is فعلاء, also ممنوع من الصرف, and جمع فعل, for both of them it is فعل, and this is not ممنوع من الصرف. All right. أنث أنث يؤنث تأنيثا. أنث. So which form is this?
Form 2, Ustad.
أسلم أفعل
أفعل. Yeah, form 2 will not
No,
take.
form
Yeah,
4.
4. Yeah,
Ustad.
form 4 is the only form that has Hamzatul Qata'. Yani this Hamza is not dropped. When it comes to masdar, or when it comes to the past tense, or when it is fi'l al-amr, this Hamza is not dropped. It has to be pronounced. Annith wajma' al-kalimat al-atiyata ala hadha al-ghirari. Make feminine and then make plural on this pattern. Ghirar is pattern. We learned this word in book number 1. Ala hadha al-ghirari, on this pattern. So first we have uyub, defects over here. So the first one is abkamu, and now we have to make for the feminine it will be
Abukau.
bak, abkamu, bakma'u, right? Bakma'u.
بكمة فؤالا
Yeah, bakma'u, fa'la'u, fa'la'u, bakma'u. And jam'uhuma will be
بكم
bukmun. Excellent. Bukmun, yeah.
سم بكم همير
Ahsantun, yes, perfect. Yeah. Then we have akhrasu, a voiceless, unable to speak. Yeah. So akhrasu, kharsa'u,
أرساء
Ursun.
khursun. Excellent. Khursun, all right. Then we have arwaru. We took it in the lesson. Yeah. One-eyed. Arwaru,
Aurau.
awra'u, and
Uru.
Urun.
Urun.
urun. Excellent. Urun. Yeah. Fu'lun. Yeah. Okay. Then we have a'ma, blind.
عامة
Mhm.
Amra. No.
Am,
Amaru.
mhm.
Amaru.
Ya'u, because you see we have ya over here. So what happens? This ya will change into real ya, then it becomes ya'u, right? It becomes the regular ya, I mean alif, yeah. And then we have the plural will be
أمي
umyun. Perfect, umyun. Ahwaru, dark-eyed.
Aurau.
Hawra'u, and the plural will be
حور
hurun. Excellent,
This
hurun.
is what is in the Surah Rahman. Ustad.
Yeah, inshallah, we will see that, yeah, in the examples. Yeah. Then we have ahwalu, squint-eyed.
Haulau.
Hawla'u,
Haulun.
حول
and then we have hulun. Furlun, hulun, yeah.
حول
Okay, then we have asammu,
السم
Sammau.
samma'u, perfect, and
Sumyun.
you told me now that you gave me the verse from the Quran, so how can you make a mistake? Summan, yeah, yeah, perfect. Summan. Okay. You know, whenever there is a tashdid, it's basically there are two memes, and those two memes have been merged, because this one is asmamu, on the pattern of af'alu, asmamu. And then what happens when two same letters are there, they are merged, and then they change into asammu. Then we have colors, alwanu, ahmaru,
Humrau.
حمراء.
hamra'u,
Hamrau.
fa'la'u, yes, okay, and then
حمر
Humrun.
humrun, yeah, humrun, perfect. Red, asfaru, yellow,
أصفر صفراء
safra'u,
صفراء
Sufrun.
صفر
sufrun, okay. Aswadu, black,
سوداء سوداء
sawda'u,
سوداء
and
Saudun.
sudun, sudun, excellent. Fu'lun, yeah. Abiyadu,
Abiyad.
white,
بيضاء
Baydau.
bayda'u,
Budun.
perfect,
Budun.
yeah, it's perfect. It will be buydun, but you know, it doesn't make sense. It's like difficult to read it. And then what happens? We know that
Yeah.
kasra is compatible with ya, so this dhamma changes into kasra. Whenever the weak letters are there, something has to change. So that's why it is bidun, white. Yeah. Yanu,
Ain.
wide-eyed. Yeah.
Aina.
Aina'u,
U.
and the same pattern.
Inun.
Excellent.
Inun.
Perfect. Ainun. So
Because
asluhu is
the
ainun. And again, it's we have ya over there, and then kasra has to be there because kasra is compatible with ya. Okay, now we can see the example from the Quran and some more examples, inshallah. كذلك وزوجناهم بحور عين. So we have both over here. We have hur and we have ain. Both we have taken over here. And thus we will marry them. So which verb form is this? زوجنا. We will marry them. We will marry them. Yeah.
Vajna. This
زوجا. Mm-hmm.
Form number
it's
2.
from
Two.
two, Ustad.
Two. Excellent. Yeah.
Two.
وزوجناهم بحور عين. Thus, and we will marry them to fair women with large, beautiful eyes. So, Hurin also it's like black-eyed and also white-eyed. So that's why they just translated. Translation is sometimes different from the real words, and that's why it's difficult to translate the text of the Quran.
And the black is more prominent, something like that. It has a definite contrast, something like that. No, Ustad?
Yes, I mean,
The-
yeah. So, and then it
something,
has to be the depth. Yeah, the black color is like they say it's the what of the colors, like the king of the colors, as they say in Arab. In Arab, the Arabs they say this. Then we have example from the Quran: Summum, bukmun, umyun, fahum la yarji'un. So we have just seen that this is a plural of asumma, then abkama and a'ma. So these are the plurals on the pattern of fu'lun, deaf, dumb, and blind. So they will not return to the right path. وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنْ تَبَيَّنَ يَتَبَيَّنُ from number 5. لَكُمُ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. So the translation you can have a look. So we will only focus on the white thread and then also the black thread. So if al is used with mamnu min as-sarf, then they
then
can
it is possible
yeah
to
they
even
can
take a
take kasra as we can see over here. Excellent. قال إنه يقول إنها بقرة صفراء. Now we can see here Baqara is feminine, and for the feminine
That's why
Asfaru for the masculine, and for the feminine will be Safra'u. And both of them are marfu. This is marfu bid dhamma and this is marfu bid dhamma. However, it is tanween and this is not tanween. This is mamnu min as-sarf
Mamnun min as-sarf.
and this is not. Excellent. تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء آية أخرى will come out white. So we can see over here. It's also بيضاء ممنوع من الصرف and this is white color.
Well, the yad is this one, Ustad.
أبيض
Feminine.
أبيض and then the feminine will be بيضاء.
Relating to Musa alayhi salam only, no, Ustad?
Yeah, وَضْمُمْ يَدَكَ, the verse over there. Yeah.
So,
Hmm.
this one is okay.
Yeah, this is from Surah Taha, verse
Heading to
number
Musa
20. Yeah.
Okay.
So then we have وَمِنَ الْجِبَالِ جُدُدٌ بِيضٌ وَحُمْرٌ مُخْتَلِفٌ أَلْوَانُهَا وَغَرَابِيبُ سُودٌ. So subhanallah, now we can see over here all the words that we have learned, we have them here in the Quran. So bidun, as we know that abiyadu, bayda'u, and then it is bidun, ahmaru, and the plural is humrun, and aswadu, and the plural is sudun. And in the mountains are tracts white, bayd, and red, humrun, and then we have extremely black is gharabibu sudun. So does it do you find it to be relevant? Because
Yes, Ustad,
yeah,
there are some mountains in China where this all the shades are there. They share some pictures about that.
I see. And also, I mean, we are trying to bring in the verses from the Quran so that we can relate it, and
Yes,
we don't have to
related.
wait for we have to start. I want that when we start the inshallah analysis of the Quran, you are already able to do it by yourselves, inshallah. So that's why we have all the examples from the Quran. ثقة مصدر وثق وثق يثق
يثق.
ثقة وله مصدر آخر بالواو, and then it also has another masdar
Another
with waw وثوق. So basically وثق has masdaran, one is ثقة and the other is وثوق. المثال الواوي, what is مثال الواوي?
that starts with wow,
Example,
like wasala.
wasala,
Wajada.
wajada, excellent, and we have them here as well. Lahu masdaran, so it has two masdars. أحدهما بالواو والآخر بغيرها. So one of them is with waw and the other is without waw. So we have here هات المصدرين من الأفعال الآتية. So we have to provide the masdar from the following verbs. Okay, so I think we have them here. Wasafa, do you remember the meaning of wasafa? Wasafa? Wasafa,
Wasafa
yasifu, to describe something, describe, yeah. So wasfun is
And this
masdar bil waw and sifatun is masdar bi ghairil waw, sifatun. Any ideas about sifatun? Mausuf and sifa,
Mausuf,
right? Yeah.
sifa.
So why we say sifa? Because it describes a noun. That's why it's called sifa. And wasafa means to describe something. So wasafa yasifu, wasfun, wasifatun. The grammarians, they say like this time marbuta is basically a replacement of wow, since wow has been dropped, and that this time marbuta comes as a replacement of
representation.
wow. Yeah. Wasala yasilu, to connect or to reach. Waslun wa
Silatun.
silatun. Yeah, silatun. As we have every like alladhi. Yeah.
We have
Yes.
the sila, Ustad,
Silatun
where
Silatul
they
rahim, yes,
it's
excellent.
Mosul
Yeah,
and
yeah,
sila.
connecting your like family members, relatives. Yeah, silatul rahim, yes. Wa'adha, ya'idhu, wa'adhun, wa'idatun. Admonish to, yeah. So wa'adhun wa idatun. Admonition. Wa'ada, what's the present tense of wa'ada?
وعاد يعيد
Ya'idu, yeah. I hope you don't forget them. Ya'idu, wa'adun wa idatun. Excellent. Then we have wahaba. What's the present tense of wahaba?
Wahaba.
وهب
Yahibu.
يهيب
Are you sure? Is it yahibu or yahabu?
Yahabu.
فتح
Rabbana hab lana min azwajina hab. So it means it is wahaba yahabu. Waritha yarithu. You might be confusing with the waritha yarithu, but this is wahaba yahabu. And tahabu, so if you look at tahabu, for example, anta tahabu, and if you want to make fi'l al-amr, what will be the fi'l al-amr?
Hab.
Yeah, so
Hab.
we make this sakin and we drop this, and so hub. So yeah, so
This misal is under one scale now, Ustad. We read it when we were doing the book too. It has some scale also, and it follows that scale, something like that, right?
majority of the verbs, like especially used in the Quran, almost 95% of them are on the same pattern.
Once there is one scale which they follow, something like that. We learned it. Ustad.
Wajada yajidu. Yes, all of them are on this pattern fa'ilu. So two changes take place over here. Wajada yajidu. So alamatul madari gets dropped over there. So daraba yadribu, but then we don't have that. Dara al kalima gets dropped, so it becomes yajidu. And there are like two or three, like few verbs in the Quran, like warima, yawramu. So some of them they are used. There are only 15 verbs in the Arabic language that are on like different pattern, and I think there are only 2 or 3 of them used in the Quran that take waw into that in the mudari. So that's why we don't need to worry about that. We can figure that out. So majority of the verbs come on the same pattern, which is wasafa yasifu, wasala yasilu, wa'ada ya'idu, and we have wahaba yahabu. Wahabun and hibatun. Hiba is also used for the gift as well. So hibatun. Wasama, to brand. Again?
Grant. To do a
Yeah,
favor.
brand, yeah. So wasama, and we have wasmun and simatun, and then we have wazana, to weigh something, wazana, waznun and zinatun. And we have a very beautiful dua, hadith, 3 times inshallah in adhkar al-sabah wa adhkar al-masa, 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the afternoon or in the evening. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, adada khalqihi wa rida nafsihi, wa zinata arshihi wa midada kalimatihi. So it's a very beautiful, very powerful
Especially
from
during the
Sunan Abi
COVID,
Dawud.
everyone
Yeah.
had
And if you remember that one of the wives of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Azwaj al-Mutahharat, she was like making adhkar from morning when the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam left, and until he came back, she was still doing adhkar. Juwaira, I think, Juwairiya radiallahu
yes,
anha, yeah.
very,
And then the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I will teach you
yeah,
4 phrases that will equal or outweigh of all the
yes,
ibadah that you have been doing since morning. So these are the ones. So I always try my level best to these 3, and then رضيت بالله ربا وبالإسلام دينا وبمحمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبيا ورسولا, 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening. I try my level best not to forget them. So please make them a part of your like adhkar in the morning and in the afternoon. This dua, and then the other one, رضيت بالله ربا, that one. تجمع حجرة على حجرات بضم الجيم. So حجرة is, when we make the plural, it is on the pattern of حجرات بضم الجيم, and جيم الكلمة is given ضمة. So جيم الكلمة is sakin over here, but when we make the plural, then it becomes مضموم, it takes ضمة. اجمع الأسماء الآتية هذا الجمع. So now we have to make plural from these. غرفة,
غرفات.
غرفات, and also it is غرف also, فعل, and غرفات as well. So then we have شرفة, used for the balcony, yes. شرفة,
شرفات. شرفات.
شرفات, خطوة,
خطوات.
خطوات. Yeah, so please pay a very special attention, especially in the Quran, especially in the
خطوة.
subcontinent. We try to like recite it خطوات, so it should be خطوات, خطوات. Okay, do you remember any verse from the Quran?
خطوات الشيطان. Don't follow the
لا,
footsteps of
yes, لا يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان. So,
not follow.
oh, you who have believed, do not follow the footsteps of shaitan. So, khutuwat is a plural of khutwatun, that means a step. So, any noun that comes on the pattern of fu'latun, then the plural will be on the pattern of fu'lat, as we can see over here. Hujuratun or fu'latun, we can say. Hujurat. What's the meaning of plural of what? Hujuratun,
Rooms,
right?
the
Na,
courtyard.
yeah, for the room. It's used for the room. Surat al-Hujurat. Okay. Do you remember anything about this point we discussed in the lesson?
Ghurfa and Hujurat are 2 different things, because Hujurat is something which is down and Ghurfa is something which is high
Up.
above.
Yes,
Which
exactly.
means also,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yes. Do you remember any points or anything that we discussed in the lesson? I want to check your pre-knowledge, like something that you learned earlier. Do you remember that?
yeah, this min gets dropped. This one you
Excellent.
should
Yeah.
do.
So, when does it get dropped?
Especially when it has to be like with Auzu.
No. Yeah, I mean there has
Auzu,
to
it
be
is a must.
al-masdar al-mu'awwal, yani it gets dropped with al-masdar al-mu'awwal.
Masdar
It
muawwal.
can be any
Yes.
verb because most of the verbs they come with be and min together. So a'udhu billahi an akuna min al-kadhibin, asluhu a'udhu billahi min an akuna min al-kadhibin. So this min has been dropped. Kama taqulu, as you say, a'udhu billahi min al-kadhibi. So here we have to say min because we know that with the noun we cannot drop it. يجوز حذف حرف الجر قبل المصدر المؤول. But when we have مصدر المؤول, then it can be dropped. تقول أمرنا الله بأن نصلي. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has ordered us to pray. أو أمرنا الله أن نصلي. So we can add ba to that, and it can also be dropped, as we can see over here. But in the Quran, if you see the example, أعوذ بالله أن أكون من الجاهلين. So if you follow the Quran, or if we follow the Quran, we can see that min has been dropped. I seek refuge in Allah from being among the ignorant. Musa alayhi salam in Surah Al-Baqarah. So here, there is no extra min over here. That's it. So Alhamdulillah, we have gone through like lots of new ideas. So I would like you to focus on these ideas, try to memorize all the information, and inshallah by the time we start our analysis of the Quran. Hopefully, we remember everything and then inshallah we can implement it. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.